Hey everyone, it's Lizzie. Welcome back to my channel. This is the first paycheck for October, and we're just gonna work on breaking things down. It's gonna be a little bit different than what I normally do because I am going to be budgeting out for 2 weeks of variable spending and upcoming bills. There's a lot of things happening over here in my household, and I'll hope to share as much as I'm able to here today. And yeah, just know lots of changes are happening. So if you like budgeting videos, then keep on watching. So I am using the Elevated Life Co. Workbook Duo, and I've decided, if you follow me over on my Instagram, you know what I am talking about. So I'm just gonna continue using their current planner and wait till the new year to start my new planner. So that's what I've decided to do. Does anybody else feel that way? Like when you get something new, you want to start using it right away? Let me know that in the comments. For this pay, since it's the first one, I get paid bi-weekly, and my husband, he typically gets paid weekly, but because we are moving, things are kind of strange. We're still earning an income, but it's like super variable, and I can't like really keep track of that very well. And so that's kind of why it's been challenging for me doing these budget videos, because things have just been so sporadic. We're just so thankful, we're blessed, our bills are paid, we have food on the table, all is well, but things have just been a little, not challenging, but just hard to structure it this way, if you know what I mean. For the last month and a half that we are here, we're working to live and like pay the bills with my pay. And so we do have a buffer that we are gonna incorporate in this paycheck. That was a little confusing. But that is what we're working with. So to make things kind of clear for you to kind of see how our pay structure is, I got paid Friday, and with my pay, I am gonna cover these bills leading up to the next payday. But I do my way of bill tracking, where I break things down by paycheck. So a portion of the pay for this will go towards next month's rent. A portion of this pay will go towards next month's rent. So not everything will be from one particular paycheck, if that makes sense. That's mainly for like the higher bills, the larger bills, like your car insurance. Maybe if you have a car payment, those are kind of bigger chunks of money that you have to pay up front, divided up based on your paycheck. And so that's what I've been talking about for years. That's what we do. And we continue to do that today. It's just kind of a little funny these next few weeks just because of our move and job changes and all of that stuff. So yeah, so this is what we got going on. I had to add in a few things that was new to this. I finally got the water payment here. So we do have some subscriptions that come out, and then this is actually going to be from my next pay. So this goes on a credit card, but we pay off our credit cards right away. So I'm just going to pay that off from this one because I completely forgot about it. So with this, let's go ahead and just fill out this paycheck budget. What we are going to be breaking down is $1,555.17. So a portion of next month's rent, that's actually going to be our last rent. For here, it's going to be $275. So $40 to finish paying off the internet, 99 cents for iTunes. Spotify is $16.99. It went up. It used to be like 14 something. And then because it's on automatic payment, I don't like get a bill for Spotify sent to my email. And I saw that it came out as $16.99 last month. And I'm like, what the heck? It went up. But we listen to Spotify all of the time. My husband has always used Spotify, and I just kind of listen to that too. Identity theft, we pay $12.90. This is for both my husband and mine. Identity protection. You guys, there's a lot of scams and fraud and all of this craziness happening in the world of digital. So I just feel protected having something like this for us, because the moment that I was thinking about canceling it, but I'm like, oh gosh, the moment that I do that, God forbid something happened. So I'd rather have this form of insurance and, you know, peace of mind for me to pay less than $13 for both my husband and I to be completely covered. Car insurance, this is just a portion, not the full month, but I'm gonna set aside $57. Now this is gonna bother me because I didn't put .00 there or there, whatever. Life insurance, this is mine, it's $12.70 for me to be covered. Our electric bill, $74.51 is what we are putting aside, so that way we can pay that because that is due on Monday. Our water bill that we just found out is, we're gonna put aside $48.50. Renter's insurance is $11.69. And this is the newest member to our bills. I will talk about that in a dedicated video, but this is for our credit union, and we're gonna put $143 for that. And now let's go ahead and total this up. So it's $693.28. And then taking the income, we're gonna subtract the fixed expenses. And that leaves us with $861.89 to budget the rest of our expenses with. So now is where you figure out what are your variable expenses, and these are ours. So again, this is for 2 weeks of variable spending. We usually set aside $70 weekly for gas, and that's way more than enough for us because we don't drive very far with our car. So 2 weeks is going to be $140. For groceries, this will be for 2 weeks worth. So we're going to put $170. $50 for our other budget, and then $10 for the men's breakfast, which is what my husband, he goes to like a men's ministry and they contribute to cover for food costs and all of that stuff every week. So that's 2 weeks worth. And then for the buffer, this is what's going to be left in our checking account. We're just going to leave that at $100. So then adding this up, that totals $470. So $861.89. It's $861.89 minus $470. It's $391.89. Now this last portion here of the planner is for your plan. So whatever is left over, you want to make sure that you're giving every single one of your dollars a job according to the most important things happening in your life. So if you have debt, put it towards debt. Put a portion of this towards that. Do the debt snowball or the avalanche, whichever you agree with your family that this is what's best for you, okay? If it's you're wanting to contribute to savings, maybe you want to build up your emergency fund because you know something is happening. For us, we're moving. So the most important thing for us right now is to put anything like extra to the move. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. And then for future bills, so one of them is our Mint Mobile. So those are the two things that we are focused on. So for the savings for the move, we're gonna put $350.39. And then for Mint Mobile, we're gonna put $41.50. Right now I have that in an online savings account. So now this should total what is here, which it does. And that leaves us at a $0 remaining. So now with the variable, we're gonna focus on this sheet right here. So this is the Paycheck Denomination sheet. And so this is a great tool and worksheet for you to figure out what you want from the bank teller. Since we know that we're gonna put 85 for each of these, I'm gonna list it out. So I have groceries 1 and groceries 2. So that's for this week and then next week. and then other 1 and other 2 for this week and next week. So I usually do 25. And the reason why I'm splitting it up this way is because I am gonna put the number 2s in my safe. And that is so that way I'm not tempted to spend that when I go out grocery shopping, seeing that cash. And it's also not in my bank account, so I'm not tempted to swipe and spend it for various things during the week. I don't want to overspend that. So we're going to do the 50, 20, 10, and a 5, and then 25 for these. And then I think it was 2 5s. So the total cash that we are withdrawing from the bank is $230. So that is 2 50s, 4 20s, 2 10s, 6 5. So this is 180, 20, and 30. So this is how you do the paycheck denomination. Obviously, there's some people that, you know, I would have like sinking funds in here before, but again, our focus solely is moving. So doing all of the extra things, we have to pause all of that because moving long distance is very, very expensive, and we have to be wise with how we're handling all of that stuff. So now we're gonna go ahead and go through my wallet of what is left over from this past week and get to counting and stuffing our envelopes. All right, so this is my wallet, and I'm like trying to figure out the best way to use this. It is so cute. I love the size of it, but I didn't like the cash being like in here. It was just not doing it for me. And my envelopes, they don't fit in here because this is much more narrow than my prior wallet. So a way that I have decided to switch things up is to just use these little clips and label them with, I have a little label maker thing. And it's okay. I prefer an envelope or a cash divider for something like this, but in the matter of I want to use this wallet, I'm gonna do what I can. So I have some change left over, goodness. So I'll put that in my coin jar, and that is it for that. So food, which is my groceries, there's nothing left, but for other, we do have some cash remaining. So we have 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14 plus the change. And what I plan to do with the money that we don't spend is I have this little envelope. This is going to be for like stuff on the road when we are moving. That's at least my mentality. Because it's nice to have some like spending cash on hand. So I'm gonna put this money in the safe for our moving on the road, like if we want to buy some food or whatnot. So that's what that is going to be for. Again, do whatever works best for you and your family. There's not like the perfect way of budgeting. It's whatever works for you guys. If you guys don't want to use cash, great, use a debit card, but make sure you're very intentional. If you only want to use cash, wonderful, you know, have control over that. Everyone is different, you know, as long as it's something that you see is effective. That's the most important thing. So I'm just going to set these clips aside, and then we're going to get to counting our cash. So I just used I printed some of my teller slips. These are available on my Etsy shop as a printable. They come in a full sheet, and it's super cute. It's really nice and convenient to be prepared when you go to the bank and you're not like trying to figure out what you need. You already figured it out on the paycheck denomination sheet. Just transfer that over to this teller slip. So we have 50, 1, 20, 40, 60, 80, 92, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. We're gonna set the money aside that needs setting aside for next week, and then put what is going to go in my wallet for this week. Okay, so let's go ahead and just put the money aside for next week that we have to. So that's the 50, 70, 85. That's for groceries. And I'm just going to use this since this is where we're going to get our money from. And then 25. So this is gonna be for next week's cash stuffing. Then we have for my husband's men's breakfast, that was $10. I'm just gonna give this to him. And now let's go ahead and clip our cash for here. So for groceries is the 85. And then for other, it's the 25. So, and this fits pretty good in here like that. So that's how that works. I cannot wait for the new year when I get to use my Budget by Paycheck workbook. And let's go ahead and just mark off the bill that I already know I saw deducted from the bank. Let me go ahead and just mark that before I forget, because I am filming this on Saturday and I know that the iTunes I saw was debited from our account. But that is everything, you guys, for my first Paycheck Budget. Again, I hope to fill you in on the changes that's going to happen for our budget, talk about the move and like the moving expenses and all of that stuff. But I hope that you guys found this helpful and motivating to get on a written budget, but do it in a way that makes sense to you and your family. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the thumbs up button if you did enjoy it, and I will catch you guys right here in a brand new video. Bye guys.